Sorry that video just cut off on me. So here we are. We hit that target for 2. We got one position left on. We're only 6 minutes and change from news. Got a free trade on. Counts positive on the day. So all in all, we played in the, kind of back and forth, narrow range action in the morning. Let's go ahead and sell. We'll exit, make sure we're flat, 12 by 12. We're up on the day, and we're just going to wait for the news release. This may or may not run up here prior to news. The good thing is I'm positive on the day. And if you're in this long, you really don't need to exit until you get a counter sell signal. And when you get to news, you don't even have to sell if you don't want to. You're on a positive trade. You're only in your last runners. Just move your stop up and lock in more profit. So I'm not surprised we're getting a little bleed off here before news. So anyhow, we worked the morning a little bit back and forth, finally got some direction. You only need one good move to clean up a couple of trades that you get caught up in chop. I'm purposely trading off the chart and trading about as complicated as you can to show you if you just take your time and think about everything you need to do in each phase of the trade, you can always come out of it positive. The Qline signals are not going to bury you, and even on a day where you might have 4 chop trades, you usually have 1 or 2 then after that that are really good. Another way to do this is just connect Pine Connector and have all this trade activity from the open going forward take place. It'll talk it out to an MT5 account where you're trading through a spot FX broker, whether it's a prop account or your own, or you can use 3 commas or some of the other third-party tools and just have your automation set up to hit the trade activity on each signal after you've optimized what time frame, instrument, and settings you want. All of this stuff's adjustable. So this is the settings I like for the NASDAQ. I'm tracking the NAS100, but I'm taking trades on the MNQ. So typically I trade anywhere from 7 lot entries up to 1.5, or not 1.5, it's equivalent of 1.5. So 7 to 15 MNQ entries are my typical when I'm trading like a 150K account. Higher than that if I'm trading a 300K account. On a 150K account, if I can get around 7 to 800 a day, just slow, methodical, following something systematic be done in the first 2 hours of the day, that's good for me. And on a 300K account, all I go for is about 1250. Now my average is higher than that. I think my average right now on the 300K account is about 1480 a day. So if I take all my days, I'm averaging 1480, but I'm trying to at least get 1250 a day. And on a 150K account, I think my average is like, I don't know, 850, 860. The 150K accounts, I as soon as I kind of get over 750 and I'm in a running trade, I watch it. I make sure I don't dip below the 750. And like any little another push I get, it'll put me to like mid 800s. I just blip it out and I'm done. And I stay focused on my 300K accounts. I don't need to come in here and be making 2K a day on a 150K account. I don't need to be making 5, 6, 7 grand on a 300K account. Why? I can trade 20 accounts connected together on Tradivate with Apex. I just do the marathon approach. Keep it consistent, never ever get anywhere near daily drawdown limit, and work it that way. Here, since this buy, at no point have we had a sell, so theoretically you could be in here just continuing to move your stop up. Now you can connect a Tradivate account to TradingView, you could be working your trade entry activity on your chart here on TradingView, where you can see all your indicators, not using Kentucky windage like I do. I kind of know where price is and what's happening. When I put a stop, I know where it is. I don't need it to be exactly at the exact price level. I know, is my stop in a good place or not? Just, from experience. So we'll wait. We got 9 a.m. news in about a minute and a half. So we'll stand by and see what we get for news. Oh, one thing that's important in Tradivate, you can set up so when you get in every trade, you already have a stop and target set at predetermined distances. That's smart to set up. I purposely am not using that. I just want to show you, if you just go in and work everything manually, what would happen. So I'm going to bump this up to a 4 lot just because out of news, we should get a little bit more authority and movement of price. And we'll see what we get. What's the next possible signal I can get? I can't get into long. I'm in a long. The only signal I could get from here is a short. If we get a short out of news, I think I'm going to go ahead and take it. We've come up, we pressed above this little pivot from before. We're getting some selling into it. And if news is bad and they don't like it, this is going to go back into the lower range of price. At some point, institutionals are going to want to test one side of this near-term range or the other. Okay, news is getting really close to hitting. This is called static trading, where you're working static entry, one entry, one set of stop, a target or two on the way out. I trade dynamically most of the time, meaning I work liquidity in, like I'll work it in this lower range of price. As I see the bands start lifting, I'll work in more liquidity, and I won't get out of it until I see the bands have a certain amount of hook down. And I see the bands hooking back up. If I'm long, I'll work in more liquidity. So I'm constantly working liquidity in and out. Okay, looks like news is out, not much of a reaction. So it'd be really nice if they could push it up here and give us a levels test or a level sweep, then give me a short signal. That would be ideal. So standing by, we'll see what we get. Okay, market cycling a bit. Wouldn't take much to get a bear signal. Seems like participation in the market today is a little on the light side. Does seem like there's a little bit of buy side accumulation going on here. Maybe they're going to make a push, or buyers are coming in soft from the institutional side, seeing if they can entice others to come in and buy. So no rollover as of yet. In other words, no bear signal. We're still in a grinding uptrend. Okay, we got a bear signal, order filled. Let me put in my stop. We need a buy stop. Got 5 on. Move this over so I can see where price is. I'll put it right about there. And we'll see, are they going to run this back into the prior range? The buy side excitement might be gone here. And so there we are. We're in a protected trade. I don't have any target on right now. We'll see how this plays out. If this flipped to a buy, I would just go flat and I would just sit on my hands until we finally get to one of these edges of the range. Now, obviously, I'm short. It would have to either completely sell off, which means I'd still be in my trade to come down to this level. But this level, obviously, we'd have to have a bull signal before getting up to that level. And at that point, I would just let go and just sit on my hands until this is properly tested. So from a trade location standpoint, there's nothing here and I don't have a price pattern. So I have one of three things in place to be a seller here. So standing by and we'll see what we get.